Hello everyone, I'm back with another Unmatched box. Now this is the Little Red Riding Hood versus Beowulf box. So this is one of the two-player, two-character boxes. This means it's completely standalone, but you can also use it pretty much as an expansion to any of the other content. This also means that you're not going to be able to do the team modes or free-for-all modes because you've only got two characters. So it's got a board, which is just one map design, but on both sides of the board, and we'll come back to that. And then you've obviously got Beowulf and Little Red. So if you had other sets, you could do the likes of Medusa versus Little Red, or you could do maybe Sinbad versus Beowulf, Bruce Lee, and all of those against these characters. But let's just focus in on this box. Now, straight away, I'm going to say it's maybe not the best for brand new Unmatched players. If you're looking to get into the series, some of the other boxes I think are a little easier to sort of get into, despite these characters being pretty awesome. Now, let's go straight into why that is. Little Red has her sort of thing. Each character is different in Unmatched. Little Red's thing is that she has a concept of her basket. Now, each of her cards has a symbol on it. They've got names, but they look like a feather, a coin, and like a triangle thing. Basically, depending on your last played, your last discarded card, what that is at the top of what is deemed your basket. Now, when you play a card, be it on your turn or defending on an opponent's turn, some of your cards, or the majority of your cards, will actually have, if this symbol has been played last, you get this bonus effect. Now, one of her cards, for instance, is a bit like a normal feint from some of the other Unmatched decks, where it blocks or immediately cancels the opponent's attack or defense text. If you've played the right symbol before playing that card, however, it also ignores the opponent's card's value, which means you can basically get a free attack or block any amount of damage coming at you, at least from the printed value. So she's got this deck which is all about trying to play your cards out of your hand in a specific order for some really devastatingly cool effects. Beowulf has a slight small side currency. His thing is that he has some rage. And every time he takes damage, he rages. He gets that bit more rage. Now there's some cards in his deck which are brutal. He can instantly kill a sidekick. Now, if you've not played Unmatched, all characters, in this box at least, come with a sidekick. Basically, a small side fighter that's going to be helping you out, has cards in your deck that can do attacks and all that sort of stuff. Some of those can have up to, like say, 8-9 health. That could be a lot of attacks that they have to take before being taken out. Beowulf just flat out can kill one if he's got 3 rage to spend, and I think he has to like win that combat. That is really powerful, but having 3 out of 3 rage, you can see as the opponent that they've got that, so you can kind of prepare for it a little bit. He's also got a card which, if he spends 2 rage, is going to deal a lot of damage back to you when he's defending. So when he's got 2 rage, you really have to watch out for that. And I think that's why I'd say it's not best for brand new players, because Little Red Riding Hood's got that extra thing of her basket, Beowulf's got that extra thing of those tokens, and even the opponent kind of needs to track them. For fans of Unmatched, though, they're both really unique and both really cool sort of character quirks and the way they're set up. So for fans, certainly of these 2 characters, I think it's great. But for someone coming into the Unmatched series, maybe the Robin Hood versus Bigfoot set, one of the other two character sets, I think maybe that one's probably slightly easier to get to grips with. So that's some good and bad about the characters. What about the board? I did say I'd come back to that. Now this is a really cool map, and it's got, like most of the maps have now, it's got its own little thing, and in this case, it's doors. Doors that can be slammed shut when you maneuver, and only when you maneuver, not just any movement. When taking the maneuver action, you can freely close any door that you're adjacent to. Now, there's 4 entrances of the sort of hut on the map, and 3 of them can be closed. Now, based on your movement, you can actually normally close 2 if you're in the right place at the start of your turn, because you can close one, move and be next to another and close that. Now, this not only does it mean that you can't move through it, it also blocks adjacency for attacks. It also splits the areas of ranged attacks. So you know, against a ranged character, I don't think they're going to have as maybe a little disadvantage, because some of their ranged benefit is going to be reduced by those closing doors. Now, to open them again, you on your turn, you have to spend a movement point. It's not free to open. But this creates some really cool, sort of almost story-like moments. So when you're sort of running away, you're almost slamming the door behind you to stop sort of your the chasing person getting to you. You've also got the idea of like a ranged character sort of going to open the door and then shoot through, or even a melee person barge the door down and then attack you sort of straight away, hopefully for them, with a big walloping card. And it just creates some interesting story moments when you're like, I need to run away, slam the door behind me, or I'm not sure I want to let you in easily, I'm going to close some of the doors and sort of hide in the corner a bit. I just like that idea. Also, I do like the fact you can never fully close the area off. There's always one big area, one big doorway you cannot close. So I like that it's never fully closed off. You're never definitely limiting the movement and stuff. It's just got that extra interest that probably also ties back into the not the easiest starting board. You could just, however, not play with doors on the map, and it would be a tad easier for your first play if you're new to the series. Now, one final thing I should say about the board is that it's only got the one map on. But the design on the top and bottom, or the reverse side of the boards, are different. So on one side, it's got the traditional Unmatched look with the full circles of colour. That's if it's divided into, the whole circle is cut in half, one half's yellow, one half's red, for instance. On the other side, it's got a new style, which I think is on maybe even the Battle of Legends Volume 2, where it's like a ring of colour around the edge, but the sort of core of the circle is fully transparent. Now, for brand new players, play on the original style because it's much easier to see the colours to determine your sort of areas and all that sort of stuff. For experienced players, you're probably going to have a bit of a choice. The rings are much harder to sort of instantly glance and see what regions people are in, but the artwork of the board shines through more. So I can see what they were going for. I think maybe they just need to be slightly thicker rings on future maps. And then I think that might be the best of both worlds. But I like that they've tried it. I will be probably using just the original style that bit more. But the artwork of the board does shine through more, so it's a tough decision. But anyway, that is Unmatched, Little Red versus Beowulf. Another great set, and they just keep on being really brilliant sets. With T-Rexes and Marvel characters coming out soon, it's only going to go from one height to another. Anyway, until next time, check out other news, reviews and such on the channel, and I'm Oliver East, signing out.